Hello everybody and welcome back to DIY DIECAST. My name is Joe and this is the Hot Wheels and DIECAST Collector Show with Joe. I think we're on episode 21. Never am quite sure about that. I really should make sure before I start the video. Anyway, I'll make sure to get that right in the title. I believe it is 21. Now I always like to say after I make that announcement that if you're new to finding this channel, if this is your first time watching the show, just because I say there's episode 19, 20, or 21 doesn't mean that that's all the episodes I have available for you to watch. At this point in time, when this video is being filmed, I have over 170 videos in my library for you to go back and check out. And while you're there, hey, subscribe, because it's free. What a deal, right? Alright, in today's show, those of you that have been following along with the show, you know that I like to usually pick about one topic to talk about. And today I have chosen Mopar Muscle. Oh yeah! What a great show it's going to be. I've got lots of great examples. Some are still in the packages, on the cards. We got to do something about that. Let's just get them out. And then I have a lot of loose examples and some that are customized and wheel swap that I think you will enjoy. Alright, and then also those that have been following along will know that I stopped the show twice and we do two features. One is the NASCAR pick of the week, where for all you NASCAR fans out there, we pick a vintage or modern NASCAR diecast and we review it and open it up as well. We do not want to leave any NASCAR diecast collectors out, that is for sure. And then the next segment that I stopped the show for is a little segment I call What Is It Anyway? That's where I take a horrible, maybe a little peek there, just a terrible low quality diecast or a hard to recognize what it is diecast car, and we take a look at it together and try to decide if we can figure out what the heck is it anyway. This one's really going to have you scratching your head. Alright, one thing I do want to mention before I get the camera pointed down to the table and we get started on these is I want to share a little story with you, because there's going to be what some would call a Dodge muscle car that will be left out of today's show. Sadly, I have a lot of them, but I've just chosen not to put them in the show. So I'll start like this. Probably 10-15 years ago by now, a terrible thing happened on the assembly lines at the Dodge production plant. They had these cars coming down the line that were supposed to be two-door cars, and the robots that install the doors, they just went haywire. Some kind of programming malfunction, I guess. Well, what happened, long story short, was they just started slapping doors all over these cars that were supposed to be two-door cars. A bunch of them got down the line before anybody noticed what was happening. And then when somebody did notice what was happening, they stopped the line, went and got a supervisor. The supervisor stood back and looked at the car and said, "Huh, I kind of like that. You know what? Let's call it the Charger." And there it is, folks. It is a four-door Charger. You guys are well familiar with these. Really irritates me to see them at modern car shows. With classic cars, you'll see guys buy one of these SRT or Hellcat Chargers and bring it to the car show. I'm sorry, I'm allowed to have my opinion too, right? No? Maybe not. You can beat me up in the comments, but my problem is not with the car, okay? My problem is with the name. It's a great car. I like the body style. I love the performance and the horsepower that they put into these four-door cars. I just think they should have called it the new Intrepid. They had those great four-door cars already that were going away. They could have just continued with that name and called it the Intrepid. Or maybe the Concorde. Maybe this could have been the Chrysler 400. Anything but a Charger. Now, a lot of people I know own these things and drive them. If you do, that's fine. I like the cars too. Just don't agree with them calling it a Charger. Has way too many portholes on it to be a Charger, in my opinion. However, okay, the thing I want to say about them is that they get a big pass from the car community. A lot of people let Dodge slide by calling a four-door car the Charger But if you remember when some other car companies did this, boy, they really caught some heck. And one of the biggest ones I can remember is when Chevy renamed the Nova. They're in the mid 80s there. The Nova was, when they brought it back out in the 80s, it was just this two-door little hatchback thing with the four-cylinder in it. And I think they even had some four-door versions of it. Anyway, GM caught all kinds of heck. But Dodge seemed to get a pass with these things. But anyway, I'm not putting them in this show. I've got a lot of them. I do like the car. I really, really do. I can't say that enough. There's a lot of them on the shelves behind me. Got a lot of the police cars and stuff. But I don't know. Just to be some kind of way, I'm not going to put them in the show. Alright, that's enough of me yapping. I'm going to come behind the camera there, aim you down at the table, and let's get started. Alright, well, it really is hard to tell where to get started on this table because, in my opinion, everything is great on this table. But let's just get started with these three. Let's kick it off with these. These are stock rods, okay? And these were NASCAR'd up decaled versions, premium with real rubber tires even. Look at those exterior mirrors on that car, opening hoods on some of them. Just fantastic in my opinion. They're a little dressed up from your average diecast Dodge examples here. Lots of decals, kind of look like NASCARs or whatever. I just love these things. They are fantastic in my book. They've got some years on them now. These were really released in the 90s there, early to mid 90s were when these were released. I don't have the packaging since I opened them to tell you exactly when, but you ain't gonna believe the details that they went into putting into this car. This, of course, is a 70 Barracuda, and as I've already mentioned, it's got the real rubber tires, great tread details on there, opening hood. Look, they even put a hole in that hood for the scoop to come up through there, in that magnificently, just outstanding detailed engine. Look at the chrome valve covers. There's even some chrome pulleys, I think, on the front of that engine. That is crazy. Okay, now the details don't stop there. Inside of this car, I promise you I didn't take this apart and do it. Look at the blue insert details on them seats. Even the back seats got the treatment. I mean, they didn't have to, but they went all out. The steering wheel is a different color from the rest of the dash. Fantastic job, road champions, and a great classic Mopar muscle car. Alright, next up, a classic Plymouth Fury. We're still talking about these Racing Champion stock rods. This one, the Monroe Auto Plaza Plymouth Fury. All the NASCAR'd up decals on it, looking super there. Those wheels are outstanding. They nailed it on that. Again, premium real rubber tires. Check out the stagger. This one's a drag car. Oh yeah. And does this car remind you of anything? Maybe another classic movie car? Oh yeah. This was the same car that Christine was from the classic horror movie Christine. And a fantastic Mopar muscle car for your collection. Alright, and last but certainly not least for the Racing Champions stock rods, this 62 Plymouth. Alright, 405 horsepowers underneath the hood. Number 62, of course, decaled up just like the rest of them. That's just how they did these stock rods. Fantastic classic racing steely wheels. I love those steely replica wheels. This one was a little bit older of release, and it still had the plastic tires on it. We didn't get opening hood this time, and not a lot of details as far as the headlights. And oh, we did get taillights, which is surprising because this was just supposed to be a stock car. You can see the cage in there and everything. Rare that you get those details in any of those NASCAR, especially the vintage ones there for sure. Alright, now let's get into something a little bit more special. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Dang! Oh man, check it out. Yes, 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 yes. This is exactly what you think it is. This is Dom's 70 Charger from the Fast and Furious 5-pack. It is the RT, and it is trimmed out, and I took the wheels off of it, of course, and wheel swapped it with these fantastic staggered real rubber tired 5-star wheels, deep dish, absolutely. I mean, I'm floored with the way this came out. It's one of my favorites. And the paint job that they do on some of these cars, even something as simple as black, I'm trying to flash this thing around in the light for you. Just amazingly deep gloss black paint job, setting off those chrome wheels, the big engine popping up through the hood. Probably one of my favorite Fast and Furious cars, without a doubt. Alright, next up, let's talk about some dusters. Can we have a Mopar Muscle show without showing the dusters? This one a little bit more played with example. I was just wanting to grab a duster to show you for the show. It's got a couple of whammos on it from being played with. A little bit of rust on them wheels. You know what that means. Wheel swap is a-coming. And a paint job too while we're at it. It could use it. Anyway, we have this fantastic duster here. Just a mainline Hot Wheels in the Rumblebee color scheme. And then I have something a little bit more premium here. Probably one of my favorite dusters from my collection. And check this out. Boy, some of these are dusty from sitting on the shelves. Don't take long to get dust on your diecast in your collection, does it? Okay, got this fantastic fiberglass stretched body there. You see how exaggerated. Looks like you could fit a V12 in there or bigger, doesn't it? Probably put a train engine in there with how long that hood is. But anyway, check out the details on this duster. It's absolutely fantastic. This is, of course, one of those flip-top drive cars. Now, this one doesn't do it. Oh, wait. Yes, it does. Oh, man. I've had this car a long time, and I did not know that it did that. And it has the holder to hold it up. Got that big, massive top fuel dragster engine in there. Very, very accurate, detailed wheels. This one's a little early of a Johnny Lightning example to have the rubber tires, so it's still plastic. But man, if you don't have this Mopar Muscle duster in your collection, this one's worth going back and finding. And it's Revell graphics too. How cool! All right, let's mix it up. Let's grab something still in the package and release it into the wild. Now, I want to say real quick, you know, I don't know if you guys have noticed, Hot Wheels seems to go through some trends. Remember when the '83 Silverado came out? I talked about this in a video not too long ago. They're just everywhere. When something gets popular, Matchbox here lately, they've been releasing a ton of different Jeep models in the past couple years. And Hot Wheels in the last several years has been releasing a lot of great Mopar Muscle. And I love it. I say keep it coming. Here is another great mainline example. It is the '69 Dodge Coronet Super B. I like these very, very much. And let's get it out of the package and take a look at yet another Rumblebee color schemed Mopar Muscle here. I mean, that is a fantastic mainline car. This is what you premium collectors are missing out on. If you only collect them premiums, boy, you miss out on these fantastic mainlines. They are getting so good. Just check out the deals, the details. It is a good deal for $1.25. I think I picked this up for at the store. But check out the details on that. Yeah, you got to color in the tail lights if you care about that kind of stuff. And the headlights, but everything else is there. I'm not even mad at those wheels they put on it. Fantastic job, Hot Wheels. Keep them coming. Alright, time out, time out, time out. It is segment number 1 time. And let's go ahead and cover the NASCAR pick of the week. I have a very, very vintage Bill Elliott McDonald's car from Racing Champions. And the year of the release on this is 1994. Very, very vintage. Let's get it out of the package and check out this vintage NASCAR awesomeness. Alright, here I come, getting you in closer, farther away. There we go. All right, again, it's the Bill Elliott McDonald's car from 1994. It says 1995 preview on the base there. Let's get it out and see the details. All right, in the package, you get a trading card with it. Look at that fantastic art shot of that car coming down the track, right, coming in hot right at you. Absolutely love the artwork on these cars. It's a nice touch. Flip it around. You got a fake signature from Bill Elliott there. Being fake is probably not worth $1 million, but hey, it could be worth $1. Save these cards. They look great displayed in your collection. Alright, there it is, and this, of course, is a classic Ford Thunderbird. Yes, from the early 90s there. If you remember the Ford Thunderbird zooming around the tracks, it was the factory car that NASCAR had, or that Ford had chosen to enter in their NASCAR races. Again, Bill Elliott McDonald's model. Not all the details you would see on more modern NASCAR releases, but a really great vintage example of what the early 90s, late 80s Ford stock cars used to look like on the NASCAR tracks. Alright, and probably my favorite one of all in my collection, and it's just a mainline. How about that? Again, ain't even mad at these wheels. They match what they were trying to do with the paint scheme here very well. This is a this is something to me, okay? This is a metallic flat gray. There's definitely metallic in that paint, but it's flat. It's not a glossy car. I think it's very, very cool. Gold trim details and a much more realistic looking, example than the ones we looked at before. And I don't know about you, but I always love a camel interior. I don't care what color the car is on the exterior. That camel just seems to go with anything. And it just looks so classy, I think, on any of the cars that I have. That's for sure. All right, let's crack open a 71 Dodge Charger, Mopar fans. This one from the Muscle Mania collection. Just a Hot Wheels mainline car here. And I don't know. I like the paint already, and I like the casting. I know it's going to be great to have other castings of this one. I don't know about them wheels on there. Let's get it out and take a closer look. Alright, yeah, them wheels definitely gotta go. That's terrible. Come on. What is that? Mint green chrome wheels? Never seen that before, I don't think. It's just horrible. The rest of the car is great. And check out on that hood. I don't know if I can zoom in close enough, but look how great they got on the details there. The hood pins are colored in, yes, but look at that 427 logo running down that very, very slow rise in the hood there. Fantastic details on a mainline car. Get you some. These are fantastic. How about a 71 Plymouth GTX? Yes, very similar to that last car we looked at. The front end will be a little bit different on the GTX. The rest of the car largely the same. And fantastic details in this Hot Wheels mainline. Another great, check out all these correct 440 badging and everything in here. Has the chrome interior like that last car too. I don't mind that so much. It's not very realistic, but from a distance, you can see the interior when it's chrome on these cars from a distance. And that's what I really like about it. Very, very cool. Alright, it's a 69 Charger, and it's another one I wheel swapped with real rubber staggered tires and those deep dish 5-star rims. I think it come out outstanding. Absolutely love all the details on it again, down to every badging part of this car. And this one, no chrome interior this time. Got a black interior, and that is cool too. But you'll now see what I'm talking about. You can see those seats there, but nothing else in the car. Not like the chrome interiors there. But man, probably the best part of this car, other than the premium wheels I put on it, is look how metallic that beautiful purple paint job is. I don't have to twist this thing much for you to see it. It is just there and popping. It's another 71 Dodge Charger. How do I know? Well, because it's got that goofy 71 Dodge Charger all down the side. This must be an art car. I don't have the packaging, of course. This is a loose car. Pretty sure this was an art car, and that's why it's got all that going on. It's kind of crazy. Mismatch wheels. Just another example, though. Hey, you know, some people collect every variation of the same car they can find. So even though this one may not look very realistic or whatnot, if you collect Mopar Muscle cars or you just collect Chargers, you know you gotta have this one. Yeah, art cars right there on the hood. So there it is, another great addition for your collection, Charger collectors. Alright, how's about the Team Hot Wheels 1970 Dodge Hemi Challenger HW Racing 12, all done up in the Team Hot Wheels graphics there. Love the Hot Wheels team cars. Let's check it out in more closer detail. What a fantastic mainline car to add to your collection. We got a blue radiator there in this one. That's different. And just love the red, white, and blue cars. Very, very cool graphic scheme on there. That blue works very well with the white. Great Charger. Let's go ahead and cover another Charger of the same body style. And this is probably one of my favorite ones of this casting. I love the color. I love those blacked out steely wheels with the white wall tires. Those came on this car from Hot Wheels. I wouldn't think about trying to wheel swap this car. What a fantastic look. Very simple, very cool, and one of my favorites of this casting. I do need to get around to painting in them tail light and headlight details. But check that thing out, man. And it just like the last one too, it is slammed. These castings are low and looking cool. All right, more great, like Tony the Tiger. They're great. More great 60s Chargers for your collection. Love the drag racing details on this. Hey, we don't have to have just plain everyday cars. We can have some drag racing decaled up cars for our collections. Love the hood scoop on there. And, you know, that probably my favorite mainline wheels. If I have to have mainline wheels on a car, these are pretty cool on about anything. They're staggered, of course, just like a drag racing car would be. A little bit bigger out back and smaller in the front. And another great variation of Chargers for your collection. Next up, something a little more premium. Alright, pal, gonna hit you with another wheel swap. Oh man, it is the heavy metal. I believe this one is from Larry Wood's garage. Leave a comment if you know. Sometimes when you take them out of the package, you do lose a little bit of history on the cars, but I definitely wheel swap this one again with the staggered real rubber tires, a little bit larger in the back, smaller in the front, of course. And check out that very, very airborne Air Force looking heavy metal. The painted in rivets like one of them classic old airplanes. Absolutely love it. And one of my favorite of this body style of casting. Alright, we're getting close to being done here. Got a 71 Plymouth Roadrunner. Oh yeah. We definitely got to check out this Roadrunner Excel car. Look at that. Has this got to be one of your favorites I've showed you so far? I mean, look at that beautiful deep green metallic paint on there. Green and yellow go together so well. I love all the aftermarket car parts, sponsored cars, like the Excel ignition. Fantastic. The wheels aren't bad. Got a spoiler out back. And look, another chrome interior. A lot of chrome interiors on these Dodge. Wish I would have kept track on how many that was. But, man, what a beautiful paint job on that one. You got to get this one. All right. Time out. Before we end the show, we've only got a few cars left. Let's get into the What Is It Anyway? All right. So this is the car that I've chosen for the What Is It Anyway segment this week. And it's a little pickup truck. I'm going to make sure that you guys can see this here. But anyway, it is metal, okay? Sometimes we don't even get that much detail in some of these poor quality castings. I'm going to aim this camera down a little more. There we go. Now you can see it better. Okay, it's got a light bar on it. You know, they felt like that was important. The wheels are, it's a low rider, but I don't think on purpose. I think the axle is just so poor quality. Those wheels are shoved up in there. Oh, look, man, the rear wheels turn. What a great feature. Okay, I changed my mind. This thing is awesome. boy, it's 0 turn radius, whatever it is. I don't know. If I had to guess, we don't get any clues from the bottom except for China. Look how cheap them tires are. They got that line down. Whatever, it is what it is. They were meant to be played with. Can't be mad at them. Hey, got the Rumblebee paint scheme again. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. All right. If I had to guess, I'd say, what is it? The Mazda B200 or 2000. That little pickup truck they put out. That would be my guess. Leave what your guess is in the comments. What you think this is. Let's see how many of us agree on the same thing or different. You know, maybe you can look at this and tell better, or maybe it's nothing. You know, but what do you think it more closely looks like? Man, the more I look at this, I am digging how the wheels turn. That's crazy. All right, enough horseplay. Let's get back to the action. Okay, of course, this car needs no introduction at all. The classic General Lee. I've got so many different variations of this one. I chose the Ertl one because it's got an opening hood. You can see the fantastic details on Keep saying deals. Details on that chromed out engine there. Fantastic wheels on that. They're not accurate to the Charger. We know they had them like striped Charger wheels on them, the factory wheels, but nonetheless, good looking wheels on there. Great job from Ertl, and I like how they painted in all the details, the windshield wipers, all the trim around the windows. Just fantastic job. Pick you up some Ertl. It's not easy to find anymore, but when you do, great details. And a great HW Flames version of the same General Lee car. Just fantastic, you know, love it. And, you know, I'm not crazy about the wheels. The yellow ring does match the flames, but and I do like the gloss orange. Black interior on this one, and a great variation of your Mopar Muscle Hot Wheels main lines. Got 4 left for you. Let's run through them right fast here. Okay, does anybody recognize this car? Any NASCAR, vintage NASCAR fans out there? This is a Dale Earnhardt car. Yes, it is. This is his 71 Charger number 8, 10,000 something RPM speed equipment. Sponsored car very early in his career, and a very, very good time for NASCAR back in those early 70s. Great classic Mopar Muscle Dale Earnhardt car at that. Alright, this will be the last wheel swapped car of the show that I will be showing you, as we only have a couple left here, and it is the convertible Barracuda. Pretty rare casting, the convertible Barracuda. Lots of Barracudas out there available, not a lot of the convertibles. And I got the wheels off of it and wheel swapped it. I think it looks very, with these wheels and that lowered stance on it, I think it looks very resto mod. And got to paint in the details a little more on the lights or whatnot, but definitely one of my prized Mopar muscles in my collection. Alright, here's a classic vintage Johnny Lightning, playing Mantis even, it's so old, version of those terrible topper cars that they had. It's Charger, of course, and they got some of the details. Hey, we got painted taillights or whatever. Love those centerline wheels. Those centerline wheels are very, very cool on there. And hard plastic tires. This is a very early release, early 90s. Did get an opening hood. It's that stamped out engine that they put in these older cars. The casting is not very good on this, but this was just a remake to show us what the original cars back in the 70s would have looked like, so that's okay. And last but not least, the 440, probably 6-pack, I'm hoping, right? 68 Roadrunner. And this time we got the red and black color schemes. Nice 440 badging, letting us know exactly what is underneath the hood. It's a mainline car from Hot Wheels, and pretty good details. Serious Mopar collectors, there is so much fantastic, outstanding Mopar mainlines out there for your collection. I hope you have seen that in this video. Alright, hold up, here I come again, getting my steps in on this video. Should have worn my Fitbit. But anyway, I hope that you've seen a lot of great examples of Mopar Muscle Car diecast for your collection that you don't have. This will give you something to do. You can go treasure hunting for these. Maybe find them on eBay or anywhere that great vintage diecast is sold. That's going to do it for this show. I hope you really enjoyed this episode. If you did, hey, go ahead and leave me a like. And if you're not subscribed, again, there's lots and lots of great videos in my library, including a lot of short videos that last anywhere from 20 to 40 seconds that you can watch real quick. There's something for everybody. And when you subscribe, it's absolutely free. Thanks for joining me again, and we'll see you next time.